Alright, we are back here. Game 6 of my Wingspan World Cup journey. We're against Patty, who I play a lot by virtue of him being family. So I know exactly how good he is, and I know exactly what he likes to do. So this is a bit fun. But you never know, he's a good player. I think I win against him about 60% of the time. Maybe slightly less. He's definitely a good player. I think he's he typically hovers around about 1100 elo plus minus 50 or so. I don't think his elo really reflects how good he is at this game. I think he's a little bit better than that, but probably gets a little bit unlucky. Or maybe doesn't quite know how to play some suboptimal positions, but you give him a good start and he'll crush me. So we have Yellowthroat, so we shouldn't be too unhappy with things. Yellowthroat is amazing. Tree Swallow is quite good too. And on Oceania, I kind of don't really like going Tree Swallow unless I'm going to go full tuck, but it could be a keep. Gould's Finch is also very interesting. Food Web, okay, I mean that's even better. Okay, I don't know if I agree with keeping the Tree Swallow here. I think it's basically a declaration saying, hey, I'm going to go full tuck. And I don't think I have like the pieces needed to do that. I had True first. Okay, interesting. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that declaration. I really think like the first two birds you play in a row are so important. If you're going to play two birds, because after your first lay of eggs you get 2 eggs, I really think you got to make those first two plays count as much as possible. What do we got here? Westfield's Bushlark, Double-Crested Cormorant. Cormorant's super not interesting. Get rid of that probably. Westfield's Bushlark is like moderately interesting. End of round. Could potentially be a factor. Well, I'm surprised we got rid of it, but that's not the end of the world. Maybe if we're dreaming of getting an Osprey or something and can combo into the Double-Crested Cormorant or something. Yeah, given the end of round was eggs and ground, I think Cormorant was probably the throw. But you know, that is what it is. I don't think either were particularly likely to be played, but it is what it is. Longspur is nice. Kestrel is it's like the space-fillingest bird of all time. Oh, this Grosbeak, that's perfect. There we go, that has a plus. That's a plus food bird that matches exactly the food that we have. I think we probably just run with that. Play this Grosbeak, take food. Probably try and get this Longspur into the game so we can qualify the end of round. Looks like Pat is building out a little bit of a forest engine. Azure Tit into Peaceful Dove. It's quite nice because the Azure Tit will keep giving out seeds, so that's a pretty nice forest setup they have going on there. I must be thinking now, what do I want to do? Do I really want to commit to the Grosbeak, or do I want to try and find something better? The Grosbeak, I think, is fine. But it is also a B plus kind of power. Maybe even this Eurasian Nuthatch is now slightly more interesting. Silver Eye, not the game for you, but yeah, I think, yeah, okay, with this I think you go... I don't think we've really improved our position with that draw. We do have more cards, which is always nice, but I think Grosbeak is still probably the leading candidate. You could play the Nuthatch instead. I don't think it fundamentally changes very much. Yeah, I still think you need to get this Longspur into the game. I think that's kind of integral. The feeder is kind of bad for that though. Looking quite tough. Quite tough to get what we want to get into this game now. That's kind of why I felt like we should have played the Grosbeak a little bit earlier there. We didn't really improve our hand that much, and we're going to miss qualifying on the end of round now, because I don't think there's a way for us to get a ground nest bird into the game in time. Not with this feeder, at least. And we have to take the seed, which is annoying, but we have to. probably just a little bit of a miscount there. Oh well, we plow on. It doesn't, you know, first end around doesn't matter too much, but, you know, glancing at Patty's board, he doesn't have the ground nest either, so it looks like it just might be some missed points there, so... I do not know what they've just recently played, so... I know they laid eggs. Okay, so they qualified into round. So good for them. Alright, now what? Oh, Kelp Girl, that's what they did. Very nice. Now there is a gold crest, but I think not really the game for it. We've kind of come too far for that. I think maybe this lyrebird is sufficiently interesting. I'm just retracing my steps so that I can actually activate this Grosbeak power. No, we definitely want to keep Longspur, don't get rid of that. 3 Swallow goes bye-bye, as I expected. I don't, it was quite an aspirational keep to keep that Tree Swallow around. I really don't think the conditions were right for that. It just cost us a food, which cost us some tempo, which, you know, who knows what that might have done. Again, it's all these cascading implications of the decisions that you make, right? So let's see what he's done here. So this end of round is filled columns, which we probably are aiming... By playing Lyrebird, we probably are unable to do anything more than fill 1 set of columns. If we're lucky, we can get 2. We can use the Lyrebird to copy the Peaceful Dove. It gives us 1 egg. That might be enough for us to be able to play to get 2 columns, but the trade-off there is that we have a weaker forest going into round 3, and I do prefer to have a nice strong forest. Oof, that is not the roll you want to see. I'm not sure why I'm doing Bullfinch here. Oh, okay, I'm doing Bullfinch for Grosbeak, that's why. For a moment I was like, why don't I just do a Jeotet and guarantee the seed? But yeah, then the Grosbeak doesn't necessarily activate, so that's fine. One of the good things about the Grosbeak in comparison to some of these other powers, like the Shrike Thrush or the 20 Frog Mouth and stuff, is that it does peck feed nectar dice, because the fruit are paired with nectar and seeds are often paired with nectar as well. So being able to remove the nectar out gives you a little bit more nectar control, which is very important. Kestrel. Okay, why am I playing Kestrel? This is not a good bird. And why didn't I use the Lyrebird to get an egg? What's the... I guess I needed it for the Grosbeak. Yeah, this Kestrel is such a bad power. It's actually horrific. I guess I can see a path to getting the second filled column if we do Longspur Brant. But that's not super great. And our Nectar game is really, really weak. I think chasing the end of round here is a long-term dangerous. Like, we have this Yellowthroat and we're just not using it. We should be able to find much better birds than what we currently have. Ugh, Forest Data Analyst. I guess that means you play Fish Crow in the forest now, so you can qualify the Wingspans, but that's not great. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we've not really made use of this Yellowthroat to the best of our ability here. Like, we have such incredible draw power, like the ability just to search so many different cards, and we just haven't used it. And it just means we're playing a bunch of mediocre birds rather than strong birds. Well, at least Brant's going to win us the end of round, so that's nice, I guess. But we still have problems. We still don't really have eggs. We have a weak forest. We don't have a strong habitat in general. We don't have big point birds. Situation's not looking super good for us. So now what do we have to do? We have to do... Oh, and they've got Kiwi. Yikes. Okay. Mega play. I mean, Kiwi is such a powerful bird. We at least get the end of round win, and then we're going to give them Woodstock. Yikes. Again, this is why if we'd done some more digging with Yellow Throat, maybe things would have been better for us. We could have potentially found some good stuff like this Raven that's just come up. I mean, you have to take the Raven. Do you actually? I don't know, his grasslands is really bad. Maybe I should have left it. Oh no, actually, then you could have played it into his forest and then done some really degenerate kind of egg thing with Peaceful Dove and Raven. I think I have to deny it. But yeah, we really don't have anything. Guess Raven solves a food problem, I suppose? We don't have any support and casts for it. Like, we've got the Eastern Rosella and that's about it. I guess the Raven would also qualify data analyst, so I guess we could put it in the forest. It's a little bit unhinged, but we could do it. It's a possibility. But yeah, I think at the moment we just don't have the best options, so... Alright, gonna lay this egg. Surely this means we're gonna play Raven. Yeah, I don't know if this is me getting distracted by this Raven either, like... Normally I would say yes, but... We're pretty short of nectar, and... I don't know, I think that's just... I think the mistakes were made sufficiently long ago that recovering from this position is pretty difficult. I hate to say it, but I think that is the case. Like, Pat can also just dump a bunch of food on the Kelp Gal and win the end of round as well, which is very frustrating. Yeah, yeah, the decisions were made long ago. We were kind of not doing so hot here. I didn't spend the rodent on the Raven, which means I can't play the Rosella. Oh, dearie me. It is not good. Yeah, this game's kind of falling apart at the seams, isn't it? Like, even though this Raven is fine, right? The Raven is... I'll hesitate to say anything other than fine. The real issue at play is that I don't have any good cards to be playing with the Raven. I've got nothing to pair with the Raven. It's just there by itself, doing sad Raven things. Yeah, I mean, you want to play this Rosella, but you also don't want to play this Rosella. Why do you try to play with the Rosella? Yikes. And now the sequencing is slightly off, because if we take food here, we don't get the benefits of the... We don't get the nectar benefits of the Rosella or the Raven. Which may still be okay, I suppose. So what do we need to do then? I mean, currently the winning plan is just... Get down Fish Crow. Get down the Little Pie Cormorant, and get down Wilson Storm Petrel. That's, like, the best we can do from here. Naively speaking. Maybe we draw this turn and see what we find. I would have to count out the food exactly to know if we need to do that. It doesn't help that this Rosella gives out a seed. Which isn't really useful for any of the birds we want to play, so... Mandarin Duck, a bit late to play that, but... It helps, so we're gonna draw. I mean, it makes sense. I think you have to throw an egg here. Like, you need to find better cards than this. I don't know if I'm gonna live to regret that choice, but I might. Graceful Perineum, Major Mitchell. Maybe there's a well where you can do Major Mitchell Fish Crow to get 5 points off Data Analyst or something. Yeah, maybe that is the play. This is Yeah, everything is just kind of off this game. I think not leveraging this yellow throat early to find stronger game plan has just really overall impacted our ability to play the game. And once we were kind of locked into this Longspur Brent strategy at the end of round 2, there was not a lot that we could do to save it. Like, we didn't have any strong cards waiting in the wings that would allow us to play big birds, basically. Starvy's Warbler, ironically, Foodweb Bird. Won the end of round, but that's about it. The small Minivet is unironically interesting. But we, again, just don't have time to go pick it up. Like, there's all the good stuff. Like, we had Wedgetail, the Large-billed Crow. Like, imagine Large-billed Crow in this grasslands. That'd be fire. That'd be really nice. But no, not today. Yeah, I think it's just looking at what we have, I don't see a better game plan than take eggs again and then play those 3 birds, the Fish Crow, Pied Cormorant, and the Wilson Storm Petrel. I guess you could play Major Mitchell as well. I mean, it kind of works. Prinia also kind of works. It's a food web bird. Actually, no, Prinia is better than Storm Petrel. I retract my statement. Fish Crow, Cormorant, Prinia, to me, seems strongest. And yeah, I think you have to take eggs. That's the only thing you can do. But you don't want to do it. It's one of these situations where you're just like, I don't want to do the thing because it's bad, but I don't have any better options. So you just have to do it. Because like I said, having this Minivet would be kind of nice. Actually, it would break Data Analyst, so maybe it wouldn't be so nice after all. Discarding a Nectar, that's interesting. I must have counted how much Nectar I needed. I guess that's just to shore up the Grasslands Nectar. But, oh well. We should have plenty of Nectar. And look at that, the Kestrel has done absolutely nothing, as expected. Like I said, like you never play this Kestrel for anything other than the VP value, this filling up a column space, and maybe its qualification on some bonus cards or end of rounds. Never play it for its power, it's so bad. The best time I've ever seen the Kestrel used was when someone had a Hummingbird and a Kestrel. They were able to use the Kestrel to manipulate the feeder so that they could get more Nectar with the Hummingbird, which was cute. I thought that was really fun. But I mean, do you really want to do all that, go to that effort for getting some food off of a Hummingbird? Like, I don't know. I don't know about that. Oh well. Such is life when you don't have the big powerful cards in hand. It's really, again, I'm gonna sound like a broken record at this point. This really is on us though, because we had that yellow throat. We had the superior draw power, and we just kinda didn't use it. I think we got a little bit too distracted by ends of rounds and things like that we probably shouldn't have. We can do Cockatoo, okay. That's fine. We go for the extra points of Data Analyst. I think it all works out to be roughly equivalent. So we can do Cockatoo, Fish Crow, Pied Cormorant. I think that works out approximately the same as doing Fish Crow, Prinia, and Pied Cormorant. I do feel a little bit better about doing the Prinia because it feels better to score off a bonus card, you know? It's like, I tried. I only got 4 points, but I tried. It's like when there's like a play bird action to qualify a bonus card, but your engine is stronger than qualifying the bonus card. You go, I kind of want to... I don't want to do the suboptimal play because it feels better. But yeah, we'll do Fish Crow. Looks like we're able to swing the nectar as well, so maybe that was a reason to do it. Maybe I wasn't factoring in the nectar calculations for that. But the swing and nectar is welcome. That's another 6 points, so that probably did maximize the points available. But that leaves the Pied Cormorant as probably the last player. You have to calculate it against Prinia, but I think this beats it out pretty easily. You have 4... yeah, we'd have 4 nests, so it'd be a 8-point bird, or 7 point after the egg cost. Oh, the Prinia is also a 7-point bird. Oh no, so Prinia is 7 before egg cost. Oh well. Patty's getting in all their big bonus birds into the game, which makes sense. That's exactly what you want to do. And also end of round considerations. Yeah, I'm drunk. But yeah, Cockatoo, Fish, Crow. Definitely the right play there. Should get the Cormorant into the game, and yeah, we'll call that a game somewhat suboptimally played, but I think I did well there at the end, actually. I think my play at the end was accurate. I totally missed the fact that we could swing nectar and tie end of round by doing Cockatoo, Fish, Crow, so... thing past me was playing and not current me, although past me did make some pretty bad mistakes early on. Only 79 points. That is very, very, very concerning. Oh, and Pat was able to swing the nectar back in their favor, so... yikes. Yikes, okay. This is not going to be a good score. Oh dear. Slightly ahead on birds, which is a little surprising. Here come the bonus cards. Kiwi plus a bunch of fun stuff. Yeah, well, I should have sat there and watched it tick up, but yeah, we got steamrolled. They did well off what the bonus cards that they had. Our bonus cards were pretty terrible. Have a look at their board again. Yeah, I mean, totally fine. I mean, the Peaceful Dove is really nice, and they could generate eggs. The Azure Tip Peaceful Dove synergy is really strong. Bullfinch gives the extra food, which also could be turned into points through the Peaceful Dove. So there's a lot of things working in that forest to create synergy, which is really nice. And then they were able to find some good components. And I suspect they were dumping excess food to draw cards with the Kelp Girl, which... when you have excess food and can do that, that's really nice. I mean, cards are super valuable as a resource. And they found some heavy hitters, like this Kiwi and the Woodstalk. And top it out with some nice plays in Snowy Owl and Wedge-tailed Eagle. Meanwhile, our board, you know, it doesn't look that bad, but it really is that bad. There was really no points accumulation happening anywhere on my board. The only point accumulation was through eggs and this nuthatch. The nuthatch food was all used because I misplayed with my Raven, not that it would have made a big difference. And yeah, there was just no points accumulation, so you're literally limited by the VP on your birds and the bonus cards that you're able to find, and our bonus cards were not great. I really think that, while I think the Grosbeak was correct, I really think we should have tried to use this Yellowthroat more and tried to find better birds. I think if we go back to like very early on, if we go back to kind of this point before we drew again, I think here if we'd gone Grosbeak, food, Longspur, eggs. Big food, Longspur, eggs. We got one turn to draw, but the Grosbeak is feeder dependent, so we don't really know if we need that second turn to be able to qualify that. So I think doing that would have been stronger, and then we could have either taken food or taken cards. I think take food is probably slightly better, so that when we come into round 2, when we are going first. So when you come into round 2, you get this kind of tray. We have some food in supply, and we can spend a food to reset the bird tray and try and form a game plan. We've got a strong foundation in Grosbeak, 2 eggs, an extra bonus card, and Yellowthroat, but we do kind of need some other pieces to kind of synergize around that and build a game plan around it. Lyrebird is okay. Nuthatch is okay, but we need that last piece, like a lesser white throat, a black redstart, or a California quail. I mean, I'm naming some very powerful birds here, but even a Sri Lanka blue magpie, like just something to kind of galvanize this all together so that it stuck. We weren't able to do that, and we just kind of played the birds that we had. We basically settled, and so then by the time we get to the end of round 2, our board state is this, and that is not a very strong board state. We're not strong on nectar. We've played pretty low VP birds, and we're not accumulating points anywhere. So I think we chased this end of round too much. I think we really should have instead tried to piece together a winning game plan and then built around that instead. I don't know what that winning game plan is, because we wouldn't have known until we drew the cards, but I think this is a real lesson in, you know, if you settle too early and don't really take advantage of the things that you're good at, in which case, early draw was our strength, we kind of just end up getting punished. I think we did the worst of both things here. So first of all, I mean, cheaping the tree swallow was stupid, but that's neither here nor there. I think even here, so this is the turn after we were like, okay, we've got Grosbeak, let's see if we can find something better. I think here you can calculate that the odds of us being able to meet the end of round are low, so let's not worry about the end of round and keep trying to find a better game plan and maybe draw again here, because yeah, I think it's just too late for the Grosbeak to come in. Maybe you can do food into cards or something. I don't know. I'm really not sold by the start of this game, and I think that's led to cascading problems throughout the game, leading to Patty taking a very well-earned victory. So, well played to him. He got the better of me today, which is fine. I get better of him most of the time, which is all good. Actually, we'll probably play again soon, actually, because America is on its way to my house. So maybe once it arrives, we'll get together and play a game and see how that turns out. But anyway, that takes the win, bringing us to 3-3. Not looking good for our advancement at this point. Really want to get to 6 wins. We are playing 9 games, so we could be playing 9 or 10. Maybe it's an 11-person group. I don't know. I'll double check that. We really want to get to 6 or 7 wins, and it's looking very difficult from 3-3. So just got to win. Just got to win out and hope for the best. So we'll see you in the next one.